Hi, my dearest beloved friends. In my recent conversations with many of our light family, as unexpected as it was, but we had to come to the conclusion that a significant part of our light family still didn't make a transition from Ring of Magic #1. Just recently, someone asked me what would be the best method to heal allergies, to order a power sigil or a sound elixir or both. So I had to explain that she can order any of this or both, but she must understand that no alchemical tool, no matter how super powerful it is, can't do our self-work for us instead of us. They can significantly support us alchemically, but only if we do our work. And this person even forgot what the self-work is. She got used to keep ordering sigils and sound elixirs literally on a regular basis, being under impression that if a problem is still unresolved, still persisting, she thought that she needed to keep purchasing personal alchemical tools until problem is solved. And this is exactly what she did for years and years and years, but her problem remained unsolved. So I asked her if she does a self-work. Her answer reflected that the only self-work she was aware of was keep purchasing personal sigils and elixirs. What else can she do? How come? Almin, during Russian-Ukrainian seminars and retreats, and in many of her webinars and courses in the past, kept stressing the importance of our personal internal self-work. Very often during private retreats, she asked the participants to spend some time contemplating, internalizing, and applying what they learned during the teaching sessions. This is the essential foundation of the second ring of magic. I remember one of Almin's lectures from the end of 1990s where she taught us that in order to change something in the physical, it has to be changed in the non-physical. Don't confuse it with the spirit realms or soul realms inhabited by discarded beings. They have nothing in common with the non-physical part of our lives. A thought is non-physical. Your thoughts are non-physical, right? Decisions that you make are non-physical first. Our attitudes are non-physical. Our imagination and visualizations are non-physical. During one of her premiere webinars in 2018, Almin taught us a visualization for financial success and abundance. We were taught to visualize ourselves in a room filled with golden coins, diamonds, and stacks of dollars and euros all over the place. It was our room that we created in the non-physical. Whatever we visualize, it inevitably becomes our physical reality. But not if we visualized and completely forgot about it and refocused again on our current physical reality that contradicts the reality that we desire to create for ourselves. The key is not only to visualize, but to make this visualization our reality by the power of our decision. It means that we literally deny a physical reality that contradicts the new realities that we consciously choose for ourselves. And it's different from imposing our will upon life. What is the difference between visualizing and imposing? Imposing, which is a black magic, is an attempt to change things in the physical without changing things in the non-physical, without inner work within, in the non-physical, in our non-physical. If we imagine the non-physical as a film within a movie projector, and the physical, our physical life as a movie screen, imposing our will upon life would be an attempt to change the movie on the screen by applying a physical force against the screen, trying to change the physical by the physical. Such imposing our will upon the physical doesn't make any sense. It will be the same as trying to change the movie by trying to drawing some graffiti on the screen, or perhaps some got crazy idea to change the scenario of the movie by trying to change the surface of the screen, as strange as cutting things out by a knife during the movies and things like that. When the only thing that can change things on the screen is changing a film within a projector. And this is exactly what we do within ourselves. And as within, so without. This is the foundational principle of the second ring of magic. Our outer space, our physical world, always reflects what we project from within. Our thoughts, our decisions, our visualizations. So I suggested this wonderful lady from our light family to start seeing herself completely healthy, completely with no allergies. And most importantly, to keep this visualization 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The second ring of magic is not for lazy people. Some of us perhaps used to a lazy path of the first ring. But if someone else is doing our work, then the same someone else will be rewarded for it, at our expense, of course. It may create illusions of health, illusions of well-being and success. Some people say, oh, it's so easy. I just asked Archangel so-and-so, and I got everything that I wanted within nanoseconds. And for some people, this is what true spirituality is. Some people even think that this is the only spirituality that exists. Just to pray, to ask some etheric being for something, and you'll get it. So many people live like that all the time, like beggars in the spirit realms. They beg things from the spirit beings, and the spirit beings are eager to give them what they beg for because they're interested in what they take in exchange, a beggar's life force. And a beggar keeps getting more sicknesses and problems to beg for more so-called assistance from the spirit realms and to keep receiving illusions of assistance and paying for it with their life force until it will be squeezed from them to the last drop. We must understand that the spirit realms are the masters of illusion, and they can create any illusory imitations of healings or problem solving, but this exchange is never fair because they are the only recipients, and a physical being is a loser. They get their food, and a physical being gives them food, his life force. And eventually, after the series of those faked reliefs, many of them become hopelessly, terminally ill, with no life force to recover themselves, as it is totally lost to the spirit realms. A person prayed and prayed and asked for the etheric assistance all his life. And now here's the result. No life force, no energy left to help themselves. And this is the fate of everyone who got stuck within the first ring of magic. And the moment we make decision to break through it and to terminate all dependent, codependent relationships with people and etheric beings, no more prayers and asking for help from the spirit realms. In the beginning stages, it may really be felt like the dark night of the soul. As Almine told us in one of her premiere webinars in 2018, when we found ourselves in the field of the one, it's our first step in the second ring of magic, by the way. You find that you are the only one here. No reference points, no helpers, no assistants, no one to guide you, no one to assist you. Total disconnection from the spirit realms, no guidelines, total emptiness. Almine also describes it in her books, Life of Miracles and Journey to the Heart of God, about the stages of our development. We cross a great abyss between the human experience and the godhood, and first thing that scares us is a sense of total nothingness, emptiness, loneliness, no more guides, no more habitual guidelines and principles. They no longer work here. They're even not relevant here. According to Almine, there will be no guidelines here except those which we create ourselves for ourselves. This is a level of mastery where Almine's principle, a master doesn't seek the truth. He creates it every moment, becomes our way of life. You get only things that you create. So I told this lady from our Rushlight family, the only way for you to live allergy-free is to create yourself anew with no allergies. We're not trying to say that it must be an instant refusal of medications and medical treatments, but first of all, it's envisioning yourself as perfectly healthy being, and to consciously hold on to this self-envisioning, self-perception 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every second of your conscious life. It also applies to any other desired states or any other desired ways of life that you want to experience, that you want to have. It takes focus and concentration. It takes second by second active conscious thinking. Such teachings as just accept everything as is, flow with the circumstances are no longer applicable here, because if you just passively accept things as they are, do you want to ask yourself a question? Who created those things as they are? Nothing exists without a source or a cause of its existence. There should be some creators who created those things as they are. And then, in this case, we are not creators. We just participate in someone else's creations for the benefit of those other creators. And this is the reason why those creators try to permeate our immediate informational field with their info viruses, such as just humbly accept it as it is. If you are sick, your sickness is meant to teach you a lesson. Yes, a lesson of how to self-heal, the only lesson that the disease can teach us. And we start envisioning ourselves as absolutely healthy, no matter what. Instead of thoughts that support sickness and disease, we think and plan our life according to our perfect health, not sickness. Can we be instantly healed? Yes, later. Later, we'll learn how to heal ourselves instantly and heal others instantly. If we never experience healing ourselves gradually, it's like starting to use a group of muscles which we never used before. It would be naive to think that, for example, we supposedly can become a professional concert pianist within a few days and weeks if we just started to learn how to play piano. It might take years and years for us to become a great pianist if we never stop practicing. Only one condition: never stop practicing. Never miss a day of practice. The same is healing and other manifestations. First, it may take us days and weeks, and maybe years of uninterrupted self-envisioning in a desired quality of life. And what can happen very quickly, that we can really feel our non-physical reality more real than a physical one. And we may even not notice the changes in the physical. This is how manifestation process within the second ring of magic usually happens. We'll continue in our next videos. Talk to you soon.